Oh, there we go. Oh.
Hey guys, I'm Joe Beretta.
And I'm Steve Zaragoza.
Oh, I'm Lincoln.
Hi, I'm Elliot Morgan. Here we go.
So cute. This is so cute.
That was adorable.
Okay, well, you know what's all right. You know what?
I'm
Here's
out.
the thing.
That
If you're
was
gonna
too
send
much.
a song, make sure that I know how to use SoundCloud.
Specifically ask.
God damn it! How long have I been fucking using SoundCloud and I can't catch it?
That was
It's just a bad. Can I just
It's
shit
bad.
on SoundCloud really quick?
Sure.
It's a fucking bad interface.
Well, no, it's one of those things where it tries to feed you something
Yes,
to
it
keep
does.
you on the platform,
Yeah.
and it's the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You're like
Yes.
be listening to something
exactly
laid
what it
back,
is.
and then just like screamo or
Yep.
metal is like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
if a restaurant was like, "Hey, you like a ham sandwich, spaghetti," and you're just like, "Oh."
It's like, whoa, hold on. This is
No,
not
and
how to be persuasive.
It's like, yeah, but it's like I ordered the appetizer, the salad for
Yeah.
as an appetizer, and then I got the steak as my entree. And it's like they bring the salad, they're like, here's your appetizer, and then the steak. And we drop the steak
Immediately
right on
there.
top of it. It's like, no, I didn't want it yet.
It is an immediate.
It's
thing.
like I don't want any.
It's also like Spotify is such a wonderful app. It's like the best.
I don't
it's
understand.
the
Yeah,
best
Spotify's
thing.
the
And
best.
it's like, how
It
is
really
Spotify
is.
the best? And SoundCloud is generally speaking the worst.
Oh no. Who's
Well,
gonna
Spotify is
tell 'em?
more in line with kind of like a Pandora.
Right. If we're gonna start fighting at the beginning of the episode, I
can't do
I'm
that.
not.
Did you guys ever use Pandora? Pandora Radio?
Yeah,
Yeah,
back in the
Yeah,
day.
no, I listened to the movie trailers. Like, there's like one with
Yes.
Hans Zimmerman. Like,
Yeah.
that
Oh
epic
yeah,
moment.
yeah. You can pull up
Yeah.
the music
Oh,
trailer
yeah,
channel
yeah.
and
Yeah.
listen to music trailers. I
Whoa,
mean, that's
yeah.
listen. I loved how you could do that on Pandora. You could type in like Oingo Boingo or like Talking Heads or
I never
or,
typed that in.
well,
Pandora.
or how
Oingo
about
Boingo?
Journey? Did you ever type in Journey or something?
No, I guess.
Okay.
It's
What
like, this is a common theme.
Wow, now we're gonna dig into your musical
I don't.
tastes.
Yeah,
and
I don't
stuff.
listen to the music that
This is a
these people listen to either.
Yeah, this is a conversation
uh,
about musical taste at this
know.
point.
Yeah.
But it's like, I would just type in like, Duran Duran or something.
Okay.
And then it would like shuffle all this new wave shit and it'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, fuck
Oh,
yeah,
this
that's
is cool. I
and,
just
like,
learned about this.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I forgot about
100%.
that song. Like
Yes. you
So
do-
Pandora knows you and SoundCloud
Yes.
does not. SoundCloud
Exactly.
yeah,
does.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing that I think Spotify doesn't have unless I'm using it incorrectly.
I think you might be using.
No,
it a little bit,
Spotify
but
will
it's-
suggest
yeah,
songs that
it'll
are
suggest-
fantastic. That's how I
yeah.
found the guy that I stumbled upon.
Oh yeah, that's right. The guy
And,
that you stalked in
and
Big
I
Bear.
stalked. Yeah.
Guys, welcome to the Valleycast.
Welcome to the Valleycast.
Welcome to the Valleycast.
Welcome to the Valleycast.
We have a special guest today.
Yes, you might notice that there's a familiar, unfamiliar voice on the podcast.
Hey.
I know.
That would be the very talented, handsome Tay
You're
Zonday.
too kind.
No, he's wonderful.
Tay, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
here.
Dude, Tay Zonday. We got Tay motherfucking Zonday in the
You
house.
should be my publicist.
We wouldn't. I don't think we would do good.
That's not how your publicist handles your.
No.
We've got
I
Tay
need-
motherfucking Zonday.
I need a Steve to pull out of my pocket.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Well, anyway,
we filmed something today with Tay, and it was.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm
so
so excited.
excited about
I'm
it.
so much more excited. I was
Me
already
too.
excited, and I'm very much more excited than I.
you truly
I was.
elevated it, but I'm
Yeah.
sure
Elevated.
you're used to doing that.
Well,
Yeah.
no. Well, it's scary doing a podcast after I have to act in something because they're opposite tasks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Acting is you're committing to a character that's not necessarily you, and a podcast you have to go be a human being.
Right,
And so I'm
right.
like,
Oh,
I
well,
don't know if
shit.
I
That
can handle
explains a
this.
lot of my negative feedback on Twitter.
That's why I stopped. Like, God, this is going to be an interesting offshoot, but that's kind of why I stopped going to like Comic-Con panels and like stopped watching the actors talk about their experience
Yeah.
on the movie because
Yeah, 'cause it's like don't meet your heroes.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's like the second you're like their personalities are required for
Yep.
this conversation, it's like, oh no.
It's like the character you are a fan of dies.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
man,
Mm-hmm.
they
I
at
liked
their
when
kids
they
and do all this
yell at their
stuff.
kids and do all this stuff, or when they're like, you mean, yeah, it was a fine. I was like, what was the process of that crazy role you did? And it was like, I got
had a
on
great
set, I
time.
was just there, and I had it was really cool with everyone. You're like, cool.
It's
I've,
really one of those things where it's like, I do want to say though, because it sounds like we're being like, fuck these actors who don't have personalities or whatever. But my perspective on it is that it's okay if you're not a good public speaker. It's okay if you
Yeah,
don't have
oh,
much of a
yeah.
personality. You're an amazing actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're entertaining the world as an actor. Like, go.
I
You
don't
could
think.
be
I don't think what you said was offensive. in
Well, no,
any
I'm
way.
just clearing up that
Yeah.
like my
But-
perspective
but
is like it's okay.
Yeah.
It clarifies that the task of acting is different than being
Yes.
successful on,
Totally.
Yes.
on social
Totally
media.
does.
Yep.
Because to be successful on social media, the talent, you are a confessional talent. You
Yes.
confess your life
Yeah.
well in a way that is interesting and elevating
Yeah.
and very entertaining for other people. And when you're on a set acting for 18 hours a
Oh,
day and
yeah.
it's like your job to be what they need when the camera is rolling,
Yeah.
that's just opposite.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Different.
Jim Carrey did his whole breakdown where he like talked about how he reached a certain level of fame and realized that as he was acting, he was like the character. I'm also playing a character, like the Jim Carrey. That's not
Yes.
the actor is
Yeah.
and that was a whole little thing. The same thing happens with musicians. I was like. There's a singer who I went through a real big phase with a while back named Lana Del Rey.
All
I've
right,
heard
I
of
remember.
her.
Yeah.
I've heard
She's
of her. Yeah.
amazing, and I thought she was like the sexiest thing, and like I loved the old school like Hollywood vibe that she had. And then I saw an interview with her, and,
Oh,
and it was
no.
a different, and all of that went away. And it's different. It's similar but different when it's a musician because you've connected with their music
Yes,
so much that all of a
totally.
sudden it's like that's different than that's different.
But then have you ever done the opposite where you've seen someone in an interview and you're like, I didn't know I was in love with you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Now.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
you're just like, oh, hello.
That's the beauty of that those
Mm-hmm.
those senses we have, kids.
Well, no, I have that problem because I came into YouTube and with the viral chocolate rain video, which
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, that was
unknowingly-
you?
Yeah, I know, but it was
Oh.
a character insofar as like I was being me, not knowing it was that was. Oh gosh, you know he looks like Bruno Mars and sounds like Barry White and moves like Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
This is a very
We have the
thing.
Mr. Bean thing in common, so that's nice. I'm glad to hear that there's another one of us.
But then people meet me in real life, and like people didn't know. Like there's this disconnect where it's like, oh, your voice is really that deep. You're not. I thought you were using a
Sure.
vocoder.
Yeah.
I thought
Right.
it was a special effect. They
Right.
didn't know whether I was being deliberately comedic in
Right,
the
right.
video because like I always say I can't do deliberate comedy. I can only do accidental comedy.
No,
I
yeah.
love
Which is
that.
great.
That
It's
any kind.
totally
That's a
great.
dream.
Yeah.
That's like a Tommy Wiseau. Like, you know, he cannot replicate what he made.
He did The Room, right?
Yeah, the
Yes.
room. Yeah, yeah. Like he's a genius because he made something so incredibly broken.
Yeah.
You
Tommy.
know, but he's so unintentionally amazing. I mean, aren't we kind of all in a way, like
I
unintentionally?
Hope so. I hope I'm.
Yeah.
You know what's
unintentionally
terrible
amazing.
about, you know, like you're in Hollywood and you're on enough sets, like every movie you watch becomes like The Room. Because
Yeah,
you're unpacking it,
yes.
like, oh, there's a composite shot.
Yeah.
There's the
a
boom.
There's a dolly shot. Oh, there's a crane.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
And I'm like,
I have a friend who is like one of the funniest guys I know. Kind of like going back to the like you just don't know what your friends are gonna be like kind of situations. But I have a friend who he's the funniest fucking guy. He has the right moments to say the most ridiculously funny things, but this guy wants nothing to do with being a comedian
Doesn't it
or on
break your
screen.
heart? It always
and it's
breaks
like,
my heart.
yeah, you are like if someone pointed a camera at you,
Yep.
you would be a sitcom. Like, do you understand this?
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm just being
It's
me.
not
What
who
are
I
you talking
am.
about?
And you're
Like,
like,
yeah, but it's like they don't know how to control it almost. It's just how they are. And it's it's almost like an
Is
unfortunate
it you?
thing.
Are you talking about you?
I have
No,
this
I have a
friend,
friend-
I have this
the
friend.
funniest person.
No, I mean-
handsome as all get out.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
dude,
He's
I-
handsome too. He worked with
Yeah.
like Quentin Tarantino and stuff like that. And Tarantino called him James Dean
Oh my god.
on the set. Yeah. Hey, James Dean, come on over. Like that's a story. That's
Yeah,
real.
that's a real
So he's like a
story.
handsome guy who's like fucking hilarious.
Is he single? Is he, what's the deal?
Yeah, I have a friend like that, and another friend of mine looked at him one time and was like, that guy funny falls out of him. And I was like, that's a perfect way to put people like that.
Yeah,
because
funny falls out
they're
of
not
them.
trying. It's just sort of like, bump, 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 bump. And you're like, if you knew, if
Yeah.
you
But
could
then
bottle
when
it.
you see, Dale, my husband, Dealman, and I, we
Daleman.
we talk about this all the time. When you see someone, and then you're like, their material isn't great, but God, if it's not the funniest thing I've
I
ever
know,
heard,
I
because
know.
they're just it drives me insane.
Yeah.
Because then you see people that work hard and it's funny and it's written well, and you're like,
I feel
Yep.
like not quite to that degree, but I feel like Flula is someone who drips funny.
he
Like,
does drip
Yeah.
funny.
He's just oozing
does.
fun. He's just the sharpest
Yep.
man I've ever met.
Yep.
And like
Like
the
a computer. Like
yeah,
it's
but
a
like
good-
it's like the computer goes through a list of every possible response to anything you say, and his computer finds the funniest thing and just spits it out.
Yeah.
Basically,
You see, I tried to do stand-up. Like, I took classes and I actually went into it. I failed because I didn't want to and because I'm someone who I have elephants in the room when I go. Like, people kind of want to hear, they want to hear about Chocolate Rain. They want to hear about the internet.
Oh,
and
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
kind of one of those things when you're a type, like, I mean, Vern Troyer, may rest in peace. Like, no one would want to hear Vern Troyer do stand-up about, the conflicts he has with other dog owners at the dog park.
right?
Sure.
No,
Yeah.
you want to hear about Austin Powers.
Yeah,
you want to hear
course.
jokes about being short. You want to
Yeah,
hear,
yeah.
when you're that specific type. And like, I have always been fighting being that specific type, where it's like, I'm like Big Bird. I'm very specific with a specific history and legacy and things that elephants that people want me to acknowledge. And I'm like, I just do kind of want to go on and joke about my anxiety in parking garages.
yes.
Yeah, you have to work past it. Yeah.
And I don't have credibility doing that in comedy because people recognize me for so many
'Cause
other
they're
things.
just
Right,
Do
right.
this.
What-
I have
Yeah.
a comedian friend. He's a stutter, and he has to go, like, if it's a new crowd who doesn't know it, like especially a non-Los Angeles crowd, he has to spend inevitably the first 5 or 10 minutes talking about a stutter, and then it's a shame because his joke writing is so good.
So
but like,
good,
it would
yeah.
suck
But if he
to
didn't
any
get it,
set.
he'd
you gotta,
have to.
Yeah, you got to get that whole thing out, and it's like, that
And
makes
it
it a lot
frustrates
less
him to death,
enjoyable.
yeah.
Do
Wow.
you feel like you've gone through, not to go completely interview style on you, but do you feel like you've gone through peaks and valleys in terms of like having to do that, like the persona, to, like being known for that thing? Like, do you kind of go through like, I'm really annoyed by it. Oh no, I think it's cool. Or is it this constant state of both? Or
It's this constant battle. And when I went viral on YouTube, there was this found footage aspect of it. Insofar as,
Yeah.
somehow I was not self-aware to a point where I just uploaded footage of what was me.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the world found that footage.
Wow.
And then I could not find that version of myself after the cat was out of the bag. And
Yeah.
I've spent like 11 years trying to find that innocent version of me again, because it's like, I always say in interviews, before that happened, I was just some guy. Some guy singing, crazily and dropping his larynx, da, 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 in his apartment.
Sure.
And after that, I became not some guy, but that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People hear me talk at the grocery store, and it's like, oh, it's that guy. Literally, I'll play a game like Fortnite that's played by millions of people. I'll be on voice comm. I don't play as Tay Zonday, but there will be this kid in front of me like, you sound like the Chocolate Rain guy. And I'm like, how does this happen? That my voice is
can't
that
escape.
unique. I'm
Yeah.
not even playing under my
I
name.
think
and
that's so special, though.
Yeah,
man.
it's
I think
amazing.
But
that's
casting
so
directors
special.
don't. That's the thing. Like, when you're trying to like get work in LA and you're a very
Yes.
specific person, that's a double-edged sword, because people
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know
no, it's-
how
Yes.
you fit into their stories. People don't know how to use you as a paintbrush to narrate.
We
we know
We
that.
know that well.
okay.
And also, I have friends now, and it's really funny because I'll go out in commercial auditions, and they'll be like, we want a so-and-so type, and I'll text them and be like, this, and they're like, I didn't go in for that. That's the type that they're asking for.
That's
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
That was a
What
funny
was
thing.
how? Do you mind if I ask how old you were when Chocolate Rain rained down upon?
When it
Or
poured
do you not want to
down.
answer that? You don't have to answer.
Oh no, I'm not. It's on Google. You can.
He's like, it's online.
I will Google it.
I was 24, almost 25.
You're
Okay.
a puppy then a
Yeah.
little bit.
You were a pupper.
Yeah, 24, 25. So yeah, that's
It seems young now.
It
No,
does,
that was-
doesn't everything seem young now? When I was 25, I was like, gotta get my life together. And now I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
wow.
now,
Yeah.
I'm,
Only I
I'm
would've
36.
known.
I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
gotta get my life together.
Together.
Yeah.
I feel like I was 20. I think I was 25 when SourceFed happened, and I think that was also a negative effect on overall, on like, or just not SourceFed. Hi, but I didn't really. But yeah, there was a
Public attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it changes. I think it changes your brain a little bit,
Yeah.
especially if you're that age. I was sitting down with a person who I admire one time in the industry, and he was like,
Only one time he sat down with someone he admired. Only
one time, and
singular
he said
time.
that at
Savor
the
the
top.
moment.
He
Yeah.
said that. He said, "This is happening once," and he was like, he's like, "Thank God I didn't get successful till I was like 35." He was like, because like my brain could handle it, and he was like, I could hold a relationship, and I
That's
didn't.
what I'm
you know.
hoping for, is just successful at 35. Just so my brain can handle
Yeah,
it, you know.
I was, yeah.
No, I was traumatized because I already.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bet.
I think it is a traumatic experience for sure.
Yeah. Well, you just don't have any sense of privacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think. Well, because what's weird is like there are much, equally prominent or more prominent people than me. Some of whom I've interviewed on my podcast. Like we were talking to Brandon Calvillo, who's a big fan or whatnot, or
Brandon's great.
Joey Salads. He's a great guy. I was on a panel with him the other day. But it's like he's like, I get away with the pranks that I do because I'm just this everyday dude that nobody really thinks of as being anybody besides the guy next door.
Right.
It's like,
and you have to come from a certain set of skills to get there.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I'm just never, as hard as I try, going to come off as the guy next door. I'm just like,
Yeah, it's not the type. Yeah, I get it.
No, you can't. It's too special. It's too good. It's too good. Well, we usually bring a topic to this podcast.
Oh wow,
That was
I know.
fun though. What a
That
fun
was a
tangent.
really fun
I had a
tangent
great
we
time
took.
with
Well,
that.
thank you for coming onto the show.
I'm
And now
gonna
we're
call
well, there you go. I'll just.
Guys, I'm going to call it a tangent from now on. It's
Oh, I like
tangent.
that.
Tangents.
We want to tangent.
Cool. Yeah.
love
Well,
Well, welcome to the
Welcome to
Valleycast.
Welcome.
Valleycast. I know 30
yes,
minutes
Tay
in.
Zonday is our guest.
as a quick interjection, I do believe. Did you not mention the guy's name who did the
oh,
intro?
thank you so much.
Oh,
yeah.
no problem.
Yeah.
Good
Great
job.
job, Elliot. I'm going
You
to
just decided
assume.
to shit on SoundCloud for that.
Yeah, I know,
we just
right?
went off on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud
Was it this
so,
one? Yeah, this
Yep.
is it.
Yeah.
So yes, it was created by a SoundCloud user named Sam.here, H3RE. And his username is Sam here on Reddit, SAMH3RE.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Sam.
And he calls it the Valleycast intro, and he says, "Hey friends, made this for y'all. Sing along."
I love it.
There you
I love
go.
it.
I loved it. That was a,
Thank you. Yeah, that was wonderful. So thank you, Elliot, for reminding me of that.
problem.
And so yes, this is the Valleycast. Welcome. How many minutes is it in? 17 minutes
We're good.
in.
We're doing great.
Tay Zonday is our guest. Joe Beretta
hey,
is
hey.
not with us today.
He's no longer with us.
He's no longer
today.
with
Oh,
us
boy.
today.
today.
But yeah, Elliot's here and Lee's here and myself, Steve Zaragoza, is here. And yeah, so let's talk about some shit.
Do you have a
Can I
topic?
talk about something really
I
quick
would love
before
for
you
you
guys
to.
do?
Yeah.
no, go for it.
It's not even a topic. It was just this really funny thing that popped up on Twitter about podcasts. There was like someone created
bingo?
the podcast
Yeah.
bingo. Someone created a podcast bingo, and
Oh,
it's
I love
very funny.
I don't
and-
understand this. What is it?
Well, so like bingo, you know about bingo, right? Like bingo is the game where
I
like
played it like twice in second grade.
yeah, so it's like bingo is just like the word the letters BINGO are on top of columns, and basically in each square is some kind of like a
number.
a number
Yeah.
or a word or
So you
something.
pull out so then they have a little thing that spins out, and a ball has like
And the ball will either be a B, an I, an N, a G, or an O.
and have a number. So you'd be like B57, and then you place it on. We just explained bingo.
We just explained
I'm
bingo.
genuinely still confused. I don't think I could play bingo.
Yeah, hearing bingo verbally explained
I
is the
just
most
realized that. I was like,
Has
oh my
anyone
God.
ever explained bingo?
And you guys were both making that weird like connection,
no,
eye
but-
contact, like, and then there's the ball,
And it's like,
then
right?
that has
Yeah.
the-
And then
we
it's like,
both were
right?
here.
I love
used to
that,
play
like,
bingo
we
a
just said a
lot.
spell because in 100 years, no one's ever said how
Oh,
to play
when,
bingo.
Yeah.
when I was a kid,
Some
bingo
crack
was like
opened up somewhere.
what old ladies played.
Yes, I played
Yes.
it
Yeah.
with old
in the
ladies.
1950s.
And it
I,
is
and
now.
interesting.
It's
And
still
it
going
is
strong.
interesting because it is still like a pop culture thing, at least because
It is.
whenever you see a show like an old folks' home or something,
They're always
there's always
playing
a
bingo.
fucking bingo scene.
Look, I'm
a
gonna
fun-
be
fun
honest.
always
game.
a fucking
See,
bingo
and
scene.
I
With those
will
big pens that I've
say
never
very
seen in my
boldly-
life.
I have multiple of them. I will boldly say
collect
this.
those
I collect
pens?
bingo
Get
pens.
the fuck
Oh
out
my
of here.
gosh.
Could you imagine? This one's from 1963.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Obviously, the ink dried
I
out.
love it. Oh, it's gorgeous. These are Carol. These are amazing.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Those big,
Yes.
giant
Markers.
Have you seen those? They're like
giant
old
markers.
Yeah, they're like giant markers that old people slam
It's a
down onto their
stamp
bingo
pad.
fucking pages. Anyway, continue.
We used to go a lot to go do bingo. Like me and my friends
It's
would
fun.
go. It's a full blast.
It's so fun.
It's
Yeah,
so
no,
fun.
it's great.
Like I don't
used to
know
do it on a
why.
lot of
If
cruise
you can
ships.
find
It's a
it.
blast
Oh.
on
Dude,
Carnival.
what a
I would be
dream.
I
so
used to
lost.
go to this thing. It was like my
Yeah, it's
dad's
great.
company party or something, or I can't remember. I went when I was a kid, but it was like every year there was like a Christmas version of bingo, and there were like TVs and like you could win like new curtains
That's
and
big.
things like
Wow.
that.
Those
Like,
are big prizes.
yeah, it
That's
was fun as fuck.
Yeah. So read some of these. This is really fun.
Anyway, okay, so I hate. By the way, I just want to say I hate that bingo is portrayed as an old person's game. I
mean-
think there's so many ways to have fun with bingo, and I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Is that
Maybe
your
old
topic?
people just know how to have.
I get- I mean,
Yeah,
I-
my topic is bingo
I
is
would
an
be learning how
under.
to do it in midlife. So,
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like the last time I played legitimate bingo was like when I was in fucking grade school or some shit.
I recently played it. Within the year, I've played bingo.
Well, there's
Dude, you
like
should
the
play it
whole
in
like.
Vegas. Well, we should play it.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
That'd
fun.
be super
yeah.
fun.
I think that's fun. There's the like you've seen those stupid like sex bingo.
Yeah.
Like roll a 6 and you gotta kiss them.
Yeah.
Like it's like that
There's
kind
a
of
bunch
stupid
Yeah.
shit.
those that you're just like, I don't.
Yeah.
Give me a,
Yeah, that
give
stuff's
me a
dumb.
washing machine, please.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So this person on Twitter,
Give me
Alex,
a washing machine. Is that what you said?
Yeah. I would like. Please tell me what a washing machine.
this person named Alex Laughs at Alex Laughs said, "I made this because I'm an asshole." It's podcast bingo, and the top left square says Squarespace ad.
Yes.
So basically,
Beautiful.
anytime you hear a Squarespace ad,
You-
boom, you
boom.
put a coin down on that square.
Or you stamp it with
now
those
you
pins.
now you got a B.
Does Chocolate Pains have Squarespace ads?
no.
Neither do we.
Dynamic
Yeah, we
Banter
really
does.
don't. Oh, really?
Dynamic Banter does.
Yeah.
Squarespace.com/banter.
Although actually we have a Squarespace website, so maybe hey,
Yeah,
there you go.
Squarespace, hit us up.
It's subtle. It's a
Okay,
subtle
here's
ad,
the
but
next
it's-
one. Rate and review on Apple Podcasts.
Okay.
We never say
We
that.
never
We
say
forget
that.
to say that a lot, I think.
Yeah, we do forget to say that.
Hey, you guys should rate and review on Apple Podcasts.
Here's
Right.
another
Yeah.
one. This week on the pod.
We
like-
never do that either.
We don't do that.
There's two that are was me and Lee's Shooting Stars podcast.
Oh, in here?
Yeah.
Okay,
You-
I
see if
can't
you
wait
can
to
find
get
it.
to it.
Oh, I
Okay.
love that.
I'm not going to tell you, but it describes.
is great.
This
Yeah,
one's
it's
great.
Perfect. It's
is great.
You'll.
This one's real good. And for those of you that are just podcast listeners, you'll understand
Yeah,
all this shit
100%.
too, because that's what it is. The next one is keyboard tapping in background.
That's good. That's good.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna push a yes on that.
Let me
Was there one? Is there one that says like?
hold on. Well, I'll read them all.
Are you doing all? Oh, you're
Yeah,
doing
I'm
all.
gonna read
Oh,
them
we're doing
all.
all of them. Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
know.
we're gonna read them all. This is my
Okay.
topic.
You're gonna
Elliot.
know. I'm excited to hear when you.
The next one is telling the producer to cut something and then leaving it in.
Oh, all right. There you go. There's the Valley.
That's
Bowl.
good.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
There.
something we
We've
can
literally
attest
made
to
it
that. Episodes longer than 60 minutes.
Yes, we've
There.
done that.
No producer named in the credits.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really have a producer. I guess it's like Kate
Kate.
and I.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, well, sure,
Kate's
all right.
over there just like
We talk about Kate all the
I
time.
do. He's just shouting.
Here's
Yeah,
another
sure.
one. Here's another one. Am I allowed to say fuck? Oh God, yes.
That was my favorite.
That is my favorite.
The excitement, the school like child excitement of being
Yeah,
able to
yeah,
swear.
A podcast about the hidden forces of TKTK. I don't know what that
I don't
one
know what
means.
that
I have
is.
no idea.
No, I blacked out.
Tonally
I didn't get that.
inappropriate music.
Yes.
I have
Yep.
that on the fundamentalists.
There you
Yeah,
go.
the fundamentalists was totally inappropriate. The fundamentalists
But
on
see,
iTunes.
Dynamic Banter has a lot of tonally inappropriate music, but we're doing it as a joke.
That's still.
Well, yeah.
So is everyone else.
No, they're
No.
not. No,
Oh, you're
they're
right. Not everyone.
They're
else
totally
is,
not.
But
No.
a lot of people are.
Okay, see you next time, even though no one is seeing anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Relatable narration. Was that?
Is that a knock?
Oh, hey, awesome, Kevin. Jesus. What a magical boy.
That's
Kevin's
neat.
a magical boy.
We'll come out with that in just a second here. No producer name. Okay, relatable narration.
Yeah.
And then the free space is, have you heard of Reply All?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't get that
I
one.
don't get
I didn't get
that
that one either. 8-count music post after revealing an interesting fact or thought.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah, that's the NPR
And
thing.
then, in the glove compartment, was a note.
You guys should beatbox.
Yeah.
Next time on that's
Yeah,
100%.
we'll find out. Yeah.
Because
So
it
this was
always
brought
goes.
to you
It goes
by-
She said,
No,
"My
it's
name is
Radio
Sally."
Lab.
it's like next time we're going to explore exactly what happened behind the scenes of that cafeteria school. Well, it said that it wasn't going to be there. It's like some interview
Yep.
with
Yeah,
someone.
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
always
yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then it all fades away, and there's like a 3 count
Yes.
of silence.
I love it.
It was my gun the whole time. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Physical descriptions of only women or people of color.
People do. Yeah,
That's such an interesting.
I've heard that a lot on there. Where she was like really tall. She had like broad shoulders. And you're like, why do we need to know? Like,
Yeah.
her name's Susan. Move
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
explanatory comma. No, I'm unsure.
I don't know what that means.
No, I don't.
Just two friends talking about pop culture.
Yep.
Okay,
100%,
yep. There
yeah.
we go. Absolutely.
Bingo, bingo. That's us. That was us.
Thanks for coming on the show. Glad to be here.
Yep.
Host asks question and answers self with anecdote about own life.
Shit. Well, this is embarrassing.
10 minutes of wind up before conversation
Oh my
actually
God!
Oh,
starts.
there we go. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
every
I think we've
podcast.
already gotten bingo at this
Yeah,
point.
we
Yeah.
have. Full bingo.
I went there with my producer TK. Producer
don't know who
usually
that is.
producer is usually young
Yeah.
woman.
Oh my God. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plucky banjo music, which is something we don't have.
really
well,
good.
I
I
mean,
think
but
we might
you
have
know,
had it in the past.
good, though.
We've
That's a
had
good
one.
Plucky.
Yeah,
Can someone now? I'm actually going to push forward for this. Can you make us an intro with some plucky
With some
banjo
plucky
music?
banjo.
Yeah,
I'd
that'd be
like
nice.
some
That'd be
plucky
great.
banjo music.
This one's funny. This is show title.
Yep.
Yep. This
is Valleycast.
Mm-hmm.
there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This-
How else would you say it though? I mean, that would be how.
Well, you say it like this
Welcome
is
to the
the, this
Valleycast.
is
or you
Valley-
could say welcome
I
to.
never say that on mine.
No.
Yeah. You never. What do you? How do you?
It's like, let's get to the bottom of so-and-so's chocolate pains.
I love
Ooh,
that. That's
man.
great.
Wow.
Put that on the
That's what I'm
bingo.
about to do.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Okay, two more. All Blue Apron ads have been replaced by HelloFresh ads.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Pretty funny. And then cute blooper at the end of the episode after the credits.
Well,
which
we,
I
we
people
never
do
do
that.
that.
we don't do that, but
No.
I didn't know people did that.
We do it
I've
on
never
your
heard
show.
that on a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Anyway,
can
never-
hear the next episode after you finish. Like,
Yeah. That's what I always
so
do.
that's all. I just wanted to share that.
I
thing
really like
with you
that a
guys.
lot because it's very specific and also
Yep.
pretty much
and
nails
also
it.
all of them apply to
Yeah.
everybody.
Here's a nice watch for you, Elliot.
Oh.
For no particular
Oh
reason.
wow.
Well,
I love
do
that.
you mind if I talk about it?
If you'd
Oh, I
like
love
to, I mean, do you
have an ad
I mean,
read?
do you feel like
It may not be such a good time right now.
I mean, I
know.
think it is. Yeah.
Well, all right. Let's just talk about it. and
Speaking
see
of
what
time,
happens.
Do you want to put it on?
Guys, this is the Vincero watch.
Oh.
I'm not wearing it currently because I wanted to show it to you, but I will put it
like
on
a hand model.
as I'm reading.
Oh, that's look at these elegant
as-
fingers. I
as
do
Steve
think
is
Elliot
telling
has
you.
very elegant
Oh, I've got it right
fingers.
here.
As Steve is telling you about Vincero, I will be applying the watch and showing
Oh,
it
this
off.
is good.
Oh.
I love
Ooh,
this.
actually, I
Mo-
love
model
this.
style.
I love this. Let me pull up a song to add to this.
An exclusive music-free.
Yeah, of
music
course, of course.
royalty-free
Like it's
song.
something. What am I looking for? 1950s
Elliot, you're going too
jazz.
fast. We gotta go slower.
How's that sound, Tay? 1950s jazz
Sounds
sound good?
beautiful.
Oh, I love
Okay,
it.
how about this?
This is it. Oh wow.
I was looking for something a little less peppy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Start from the
I
top.
think you're gonna have to
Slow-
sit
slow
and
jazz.
still.
Ooh, this
Oh,
is
this is-
nice.
this is
This is
kinda good.
perfect.
Oh yeah. This is good.
This is it. This is it.
Luxury watches, handcrafted, and fair prices.
Oh.
That's right, Vincero is the company I refer to, and which is a sponsor of the Valleycast. Now, their mission is to create compelling luxury timepieces with impeccable craftsmanship to inspire as many people as possible to elevate their game and ultimately live their legacy.
It's beautiful.
And they've reached over 12,000 five-star reviews on their site, and they've learned that luxury is a process. It's not about specs, it's not about price, and it's not a marketing term to be thrown around. It's about attention to detail, a step-by-step process to craft every product. It's this process that separates us from the competition. It's a belief that if you deserve the best, you do deserve the best. And guess what? Vincero literally means I will win.
Ooh.
Wrestling Fred for Vincero.
It's also why every one of our designs are rooted in the values of bold, daring, and pioneering. It is our hope that each piece instills a sense of rebellious confidence in the wearer, keeping things classy, but never be afraid to challenge convention. It's time to live your legacy, and we will be right by your side. So go to VinceroWatches.com/ValleycastNovember.
Ooh.
That's right, Valleycast November.
Valleycast November.
And you enter that promo code Valleycast to get 15% off your entire order. That's www.vincerowatches. That's VINCERO watches.com/Valleycast November, all one word.
Oh, wow.
And Merry Christmas to you all. Merry
you
Christmas to
very
Vincero.
much. Thank you for that,
It did
Steve.
it again. It just
Yeah, just
hey,
Oh,
hey,
no,
you just
that's
had
so
a
quick.
beautiful chocolate mousse. Do you want a piece of pizza?
Yep. Yep.
Here's your pizza! It's like I wanted the moose.
I didn't know Steve had that beautiful deep voice in him.
Oh, thank you,
like,
Tay.
that was like-
I did think it kind of
Yeah.
sounded like he had a cold a little bit.
I am more of a soprano.
Yeah, no, that sounded like a Chevy truck ad.
Well, thank you
I was
so
like, there,
much.
like,
Thank
It was
you.
beautiful. I really
Thank you.
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Elliot made me self-conscious when he said it was Wrestling Fred.
Oh, no. Just
Then
at
I was
the
like,
end.
shit, that totally does sound like Wrestling Fred.
Just
And I
right at
switched
the
it up.
very end.
I just gave it a little bit of a switch up.
Yeah.
So it
You-
didn't
there
sound
you
too
go.
much like Wrestling Fred.
There he
Yeah,
is. He's
yeah.
doing
It's,
great.
it's just hints of
All
him.
right.
It's,
Well,
he's
anyway.
related. It's fine.
So
love
anyway, that was my unofficial topic,
No,
I
I
guess.
love it.
That was fun.
I
Fun
love
it.
podcast bingo. All right, who's next?
That's kind of like if you were to go back in time when we started talking about what this podcast was originally going to be. That would be like an actual topic that would fit
Yes.
like the act. Because we were like, we're
yeah.
going to find something from the internet.
agree
We're
with
going to
that,
talk
yeah.
about it. Yeah, so you actually.
We did actually
point.
say
Nailed it.
in the very beginning of this we were going to find something from the internet.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh. And
Yeah,
then
we
we
just
were
did
like,
it.
that's exactly
and
what.
then slowly was like, nah.
That's exactly what Elliot just said. Tay, so Tay, really, seriously though, do you have a topic, or do you want to just like cruise along with whatever comes your way?
I came with nothing to talk
Great.
about.
Attaboy!
Yeah, that sounds-
That's
you're
the
gonna
best
fit
way to
right
do
in.
it.
Yeah.
That's the
Perfect.
only way to do
Then
it.
Exactly.
guess what? There's no rules on this damn podcast.
There we go.
All right, so Elliot Lee, what do you got?
Listen, guys.
Okay. Oh no. Oh wow.
I went to New York and I saw Broadway play.
Oh yeah, it's his first Broadway. He
Yeah.
saw his
Alright.
first Broadway.
Yeah,
Play.
and I saw Wicked.
I've heard of it.
And I love New York. I loved New York. I've only been there twice, 2 or 3 times prior. I think this is my 3rd time
In your life?
in my life. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
And both times were for very little time. One time was for a shoot, and the other time was with Delman
Yeah.
when we made love. And it was this is like the longest I've ever been, and I've always loved every second in it. And I love it. I love it. I
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
beautiful.
Really?
I love it so much.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Los
I know.
Angeles. Yeah, it's a fun thing.
It's not my favorite either.
I just
Well, no, because I feel like Manhattan, especially, because like first of all, like Manhattan is not New York.
Right,
Yeah, that's
right.
fair.
Like, but I feel like there's kind of this moment. It's like Manhattan is fantastic for about 10 days.
Yeah, sure.
2 weeks,
Yeah.
and then you like try to do something like, "Hey, I need to see a doctor."
yeah.
Something that should be that'd be so easy in any other place. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
I think you're right. I think I might. Well,
It's like a
I
fun
don't
place
know.
to visit
'Cause-
for you.
yeah,
Yeah, it might be. I mean, there's no way to know till you hit that 10-day mark, which I haven't. And I might
Okay.
hit a 10-day mark and be like, this sucks. But I think I know, that it's like a deep-rooted love of that city. Like, it just makes
Well, yeah,
everything makes
yeah.
sense to me there.
But you also
I like
love
the people.
like you love Las Vegas. You like hustling and bustling cities.
Oh, that's a good point,
Look,
Lee.
I
do
love
enjoy
Las
it.
Vegas. I
Yeah.
love it. I think it's a spectacle of like fucking debauchery and fun and
Sure.
like
It's-
no one
it's
goes
amazing.
like no one goes to sleep. Like when I was like a teenager, all I wanted was to like be up all night with friends and laugh and joke around and run around and be idiots. And like Vegas was like a city of that.
Yeah.
So I was
for
just
adults,
so,
yeah, that's
but
what it
like
is.
New York to me is just like I don't know. It just gives me
So-
too much
It
anxiety.
gives me too much
really."
anxiety.
I'm the absolute opposite, and you know why it is? Because people on the East Coast are honest.
Oh God, I'm
They
so
would-
glad
they're
you said
just
it.
Like,
I'm so glad you
and-
said it, Tay.
And you know what is? They don't have the luxury of being in their own space, so they just don't care
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
about anything or anybody.
Okay.
Like,
Man,
nothing
I saw-
will startle a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Whereas in Los Angeles, like you're always like it's all about rank and social
Yes.
Yep.
prestige.
Oh, that's so
and
true.
what
Yeah,
type
but I
of
feel
car
like
you-
everybody in New York,
Yep.
like people in New York,
Yep.
I feel like they keep to themselves. They're very much
but
like
they keep
I've
to
got.
themselves while they're together,
Yeah, I
like on the
mean-
subway.
Well,
or
sure,
just,
but-
or they're forced to be packed like sardines.
It's
and somehow
true.
Still,
Well, and yeah, and I'm not saying that like they wouldn't help each other out if they needed it or something. I'm
Sure.
just saying that like
New York, yeah, I think they're pretty good to do
yeah, I
that.
think everybody's good to band together, and there's a tight love there in the city, and everybody loves the city and stuff. And it's like I feel like in LA, it's like you come up to these people and you can smile at someone, and you might get a smile back in LA. Like it might be
I'm
kind
not.
of.
This isn't to say it's like 601 and or not.
I've
601.
tried.
No.
I've
Listen,
tried in
listen,
New York.
listen.
I
This is
have
not
tried.
this is not the overall thing.
The
but
overall thing is that
'cause
he saw
I don't
Wicked.
when it yeah exactly.
Listen, guys, I saw Wicked.
When the conversation becomes New York versus LA, I just think it's super boring, and I don't want to talk
sure,
about it.
sure,
I love both,
sure,
and
sure.
who cares?
Well,
So-
yeah, it's not like there's an
I
answer.
understand.
Yeah. So
No.
listen,
There's no
And I also-
fucking answer.
So I did a stand-up show, and then at the end of it, somebody came up to me, and we were talking for a little bit, and they were like, "It's so interesting," They were like, with the Valley folk, they were like, "There's something," and like I had talked about New York a little on stage, and shocking for a stand-up to do in New York, and this guy was like, he's like, your personality does seem more like New York than Los Angeles. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, oh, I guess that does make sense. And even in this conversation it's very except Joe is more Montana, but yeah, I think that's why it's an I was like, oh, it's fun
Maybe
to think
that's
about.
why you love it, is because you're like, oh, these are my like-minded people. Where it's like, just let me be in my
or like
space. Let
it
me
would
be
be
in my...
yeah, like the city, if it was a personality, I think it would match my personality a little bit more. But
I think I might be Wyoming.
Yeah, that's the question. So if you were a place or like a city or like a popular city,
Mm-hmm.
what would be the thing that you're like, oh, that's me. That's my.
Oh,
It's either
like-
New York or Vegas for me.
God,
Oh.
I'm not Portland, and I
Definitely
want to
New
be.
York.
I feel a little Austin-y,
Really?
except I'm not
Austin's good.
I'm not very like
You're not
I'm not like
city.
much of like a city boy. Like
Yeah.
I'm not, and
I think
yeah,
I know
I'm
what
not
I
like a
am.
city
I know
boy.
what I am. I'm Seattle.
You're
Oh,
Seattle.
Gosh, no,
I'm
Seattle's
Seattle.
a great answer.
No, I mean I've been to Seattle. Yeah, I don't know. I feel.
Or
Martian.
did you say no? Or just you're?
Well, yeah, because I feel Martian.
Martian's a good one.
That's
feel
a
like
great
I,
That's
one.
a-
I
it's a-
don't feel like there is a city of human beings on this planet. I've just never.
You haven't
bumped
found your
into-
people?
No, I just don't have any.
You know,
people here. I've lived.
yeah.
I lived in Seattle though.
You have?
for-
And
yeah.
do you feel like no?
You know,
Too rainy?
it's not that it's too rainy. I think Seattle is filled with a lot of people who outwardly have very good intentions.
Oh.
but it's
That
kind
is
of like
me.
no, but it's like when it comes to actually
Acting
having
on 'em?
proximity and acting on it, it kind of has like almost sort of that Minnesota nice thing where it's like you're in the Midwest and like people love you, but it's like people distance themselves with you by being like, yeah, keep doing that, and
Yeah.
it's this. I don't know.
It's when people are like, come on over, and they don't mean it at all. And they're like, yeah, whenever
Yeah.
you're around, stop by. It's like they absolutely
But
don't
I mean,
want
but
you
at
to
the same
stop
time,
by.
there are wonderful people in every city.
Sure,
Sure.
of course.
I can
Well,
see how
and
people
yeah,
do that.
Is there
I
a
think-
There are
city,
diamonds in the rough
Tay?
everywhere.
I want to ask Elliot before
Please.
you continue on. Is there a city where you felt a particular camaraderie more than?
You know, I would love to spend more time in London.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, great choice.
Honestly, goodness, because I mean,
That's a really good
I was there
choice.
for like 3 days, and then I was there for a stretch of 5 days, and I haven't ever really been able to spend like a couple months in London. And especially during the summer, it's beautiful because the days
Yeah.
are long.
Wow, what if your people are in London?
Yeah,
dude?
man.
I think it
I
might
think you
be.
might be a London.
Maybe I need an excuse to go to London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Londonite.
Find out-
Go to
Well, here's
London
the thing.
for 2 months.
Well, here's the thing. In Europe, I'm more exotic than I am in North America. Well, no, interestingly enough, because it's like I'm already a little bit unusual when I go places in the U.S., but it's kind of like they're like, okay, like yeah, we know what you've done, but it's like in London, like somehow just the way that Brits are a little bit more exotic here, because like
Ooh, yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
British.
for
Oh, well,
sure.
yeah.
They're so
Sure.
refined.
Yes.
and the-
There's something exotic about being.
Australian though, not at all. It's very straight.
well, they're filthy drunks.
Philly Duck.
All of them. The lot of them.
No, being American and deep voiced and
Yeah,
African American.
you're a unicorn.
I'm even more unicorn in like London. Berlin is
that's
another place.
Have you
where
been to
I'd
Japan?
Love to spend more I've never been to Japan.
I want, dude. You'd probably kill it in
you
Japan.
might.
What about
I've
Ireland? Have you been to Ireland?
I've never been to Ireland.
Okay. Yeah, me neither.
I'm
I think
1/16.
I'm going next
I'm
year. I'm
1/16th
super pumped.
Irish too.
Call
Really?
me crazy. Call me crazy.
Crazy.
But I think Tay Zonday, as you sit before
Got 'em.
me, I think you could take Japan.
I think
Wow.
you could take
I
Japan.
think
I,
You
I
could-
don't speak any Japanese.
But listen,
I
this
don't
is
think it
what I'm
matters.
saying. Listen, you find some producer, you find some team that makes shows for Japan where there's like fun kind of like what am I thinking of, like gimmicks, like they do really well with these gimmicks where they're like, this American thing is hilarious, let's laugh at this.
Yeah.
Find that team, then pitch them a show where it's me in Japan and it's me doing all this stuff, whatever their creative is. I'm telling you,
love
if
this.
you appeared before the people of Japan with like, this is my show and I'm taking you around
They would
town,
love you.
you would explode.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so Steve's gonna have a script to me, and we're gonna be pitching,
Yeah,
pitching
that's
about
what I was
it.
like.
I really truly believe
We'll
that.
have some paperwork to shortly.
Like I want an
I
executive
love that.
producer credit. And
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they would be like, what is this person?
yeah.
I love it.
What
I think
is
you
this
gotta do
person?
it
Well, here's
now.
the thing. Like I noticed, even in YouTube metrics, because you can kind of see like what your watch time is in different
Yeah, of
countries, and
course.
you kind of get a sense of what people like you in different areas of the world.
Oh crap!
And
we should look into that.
Yeah, have you seen
No,
any of your...
people like me slightly more in Europe and Asia.
Oh.
Really?
Than they do
Yeah.
in North
Cool.
America.
Dude, I say, I mean, look,
slightly more.
take 2 months and go to London, Tay. Live in
do
London
it.
for 2 months, see what it's like, baby
But
boy.
then-
And then, hey, take a year off, come back to LA, do your hustle, then get out there to Japan, man. See what's what.
This is
Your
a life
truth.
plan.
Just
Yeah.
link
Why
him
not?
up to your. Just give your Google Calendar access to.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
and I'll
He'll-
just
he'll
I'll
book the
I'll work it
flights.
out.
Yeah,
for
you will make
Absolutely.
it very easy. And again,
I'll have the first Valley Folk scholarship.
Do
Oh,
you
yes.
do you have a PayPal
I think technically,
account? Do you have a-
I think technically Valley Folk is the first Valley Folk
Scholarship.
scholarship.
It really is.
I'll take my Valley Folk sabbatical.
Anyway, all right. So you loved Wicked.
You
Dude,
loved
good
it.
time.
Oh yeah, I loved Wicked. I love New York. I love
Have you
every
ever seen
moment
you've
of it.
never seen a Broadway musical?
I've never seen a Broadway musical, and my God, it was
and you've
so
never
fun.
seen a musical that was like at the Amundsen that was on Broadway.
What?
I love the almonds.
Oh, like
have you
Planet
ever-
Cages
the
or
one that was on
something?
tour.
Yeah,
on
like-
tour.
Yeah,
On
I've seen
tour,
nice.
thank you.
I've seen good
Tour.
plays. I've seen.
Oh,
good
you've
on
seen
tour.
plays.
Yeah.
You've seen people do local theater or something.
Well, I grew
or-
up doing theater and musical theater.
Okay,
I mean, I grew
okay,
up
okay.
in.
But
yeah,
you have not
so
seen
that was part of
Broadway.
it.
You haven't seen like the big
No.
production.
No,
with like
and and so we
That's
get
so
there, and it's
cool.
me and my mom and my brother, and we're having a wonderful time. And we have a cool Airbnb in Chelsea, which is beautiful. And then it
Ooh,
was
Chelsea's
raining.
nice. You go to that market, the Chelsea market.
We did, yeah, it was really
It's
nice.
beautiful
Go to the
there.
Chelsea Market.
And then like we looked up the Chelsea flea market. Me and my brother were like, well, let's go check out the flea market. Let's be nice. And I'm thinking it's gonna be like, I don't know, like a farmer's market. And it was like the most terrifying part of New York that I saw.
Wow.
We walked
Wow.
past it, and it was just these people, and it looked like communist Russia, and it was just people buying
like
trash,
selling.
Like
and I-
off of like
Yeah,
tables
and
and stuff.
everyone was wearing like gray and black and gray and black, and no one was talking to each other. And
like,
me and my
"Gush,
brother were
gush,
like,
gush,
okay, well,
gush,
this is
gush."
we're like, this is the scariest part. And
I'll
besides
give you
that,
3 shells for that painting over there.
yeah. The food's amazing. Restaurants are amazing. I love all of it. Like I do love the grunge aspect of it. But yeah, the Broadway play, it was amazing.
Yeah.
The seats were great.
Did you get trapped in on that gift shop? Did you have to purchase anything? Were you
Well-
like, I gotta get that
Oh,
soundtrack.
what did
Ah,
your
she's-
mom get?
So we got
There you go.
$100 worth of souvenir cups.
Oh, that's
Oh my
wonderful. Yeah.
They had this like service now where you can get a drink, you can order a drink, but then you can tell them like, hey, at intermission, I want another drink. Have it ready for me, and then they'll have it ready
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
a drink.
Wow,
What
I
do you-
love
that's-
that.
With your name.
Holy
so you
shit.
can just walk up and grab it. It's
Damn.
amazing.
Broadway's
Never seen anything
booming,
like it.
huh?
Yeah, that's
Holy
smart. Whoever
shit.
It's- yeah,
came
it's-
up with that.
They're doing all right.
Very smart. I was,
Did they sell opera glasses?
that'd be-
No,
I
Tay.
would've
He
loved
provided his own.
Yeah.
Well, no, I remember. Like,
I'm not a pauper, Tay. I
No,
brought
Come
my
on,
own.
we all have our monoculars.
No, because I remember when I saw Phantom and Beauty and the Beast and stuff in Chicago in
cool.
the 90s,
Oh, yeah.
they would have these $20
They really-
binoculars that were like
Yes.
cheap, like you could magnify the stage, but it was like 2 times magnification.
Wow.
And there was this dude who was in a suit like, opera glasses, get your $20
No
opera
way.
glasses, and then people would get
I
them.
love
Where
I
was
that.
this?
I would
Where
have bought
was-
them in a heartbeat. if
Wait,
I had seen
where?
them.
Where was this?
In Chicago. Yeah.
Were they big venues? Is that why? Or?
I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
they're like
probably
theaters.
pretty
I mean,
big,
some
yeah.
prominent. Now,
Wow.
I didn't see anything like that.
Now,
It's
did
very
you
interesting.
ever, like when you were a child doing musical theater, think that is who you would be? You would be on Broadway and you would sing. And at what point?
Thank you, Tay. Thank you for asking, Tay.
Well, let's take a walk in
Can you
Elliot's
play
mind
that?
for a
Can
second.
you play that music?
Yeah, of course I will.
I mean, you gotta.
I said I will. I didn't say
put those-
when.
For clarification, I actually never did musical theater. I have an incredible fear of singing, and I respect anybody who does. So there's that. But I did do straight plays, and I became very into acting. Went to performing arts high school, and then studied method acting there. And so I always wanted to do Broadway plays, but I always associated them with musicals, and I feel like that makes the most sense. But I have a longing to do that thing, but to even get there, to even imagine it, is so far beyond it, because it would actually take me singing publicly, which I just have a thing that I can't do. That bit didn't work at all.
Hey, well,
No,
listen.
I mean, I have a fear of singing privately, oddly enough.
Private.
No, I
Privately?
do. Yes, I do. Like publicly, I'm not as afraid. Like I think that there's something about being out in the world, but finding a space where I feel safe, like in my apartment, in my house,
yeah.
being loud, I get
Oh,
so
okay, I see
hyper-
what you're saying.
I get so
Hyper-conscious of it,
hypersensitive,
yeah.
and it's like if I hear anything, like that's the neighbors moving their garbage bin. Oh, that's someone else slamming their door.
Interesting.
Like,
Do you-
then I
in your
feel like I'm
car?
being or hear a car. Or
I
like,
totally
No, but
see what
in
you're
your-
saying.
But do you sing in your car? Do you sing? Because in my car, I let it out.
Oh,
I fully rip it.
I'm a pop star in my
a pop
car.
star in my car.
The acoustics aren't
Yeah,
very
in my
good
car,
in
it
a
is.
car.
No, they're not.
I like hearing my voice bounce off the walls.
So you want
Yeah.
to go in the bathroom?
And for some reason, I feel safer in the shower.
Well, that's
you feel
yes.
safer. To
I don't
like,
sing in the shower.
Really?
I sing in
can't-
the shower all the time. I do.
always
I sing in the
music,
shower.
yeah.
I there's not a day,
There's not a
that
day
goes
that
by
I
where I'm
don't
not
sing
singing in the
Me
shower.
I feel
too.
like I used
Me
to sing
too.
in the shower.
And
shower.
Dylan used to say my depression when he'd always be like, "I can tell you're depressed because you didn't sing in the shower."
Yeah.
that's a real thing that happens.
I think. Hold on, I'm in love.
tell
With,
him
I'm in
to-
love with you.
No,
Wait. Can I do the bit because I figured out I could do this bit really quick?
Oh no,
Hold on.
what is it?
It was that moment that Steve knew he was in love with Lee.
I get it.
On
The whole
next
thing
week's
was a setup for
podcast.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Next week's podcast.
I
yeah.
laughed a little inside.
Anyway, I'm in love with New York. I love it forever. Guys, can I tell you about something real
Oh,
fast? Here's the thing.
Yeah, tell us, Elliot.
If you're listening to this podcast, you probably love hearing true crime stories.
Oh,
That's
wow.
the truth.
Do you often find yourself trying to solve the case? Well, we have something to satisfy the detective in you guys. Do you have the thrill of an escape room, looking for clues and solving puzzles? I did that in New York with my mom.
love
I
it.
love
I did the first ever
rooms.
escape room with my mom and brother, and we barely made it out, but it was very fun. Anyway, if you would like to do an escape room, but you don't want to go out of your house, well, guess what? You can now bring the magic of the escape room and mystery of it directly to your home. Have you read just about every crime thriller book on the shelf? Do you have crime thrillers itching for more? Well, guess what?
Do
We
you have crime in your life?
Do you have crime in your life? That's a problem. And we have just the thing for you. Guys, introducing Hunt-A-Killer, your new favorite obsession. Hunt-A-Killer is a monthly subscription where you become a detective and then you have to solve a murder mystery. Each month, a fictional serial killer will send you cryptic clues, objects, and then there's all sorts of other stuff that you can actually use to solve the crime in real time. That's amazing, and it's super interactive and convincing, and it looks real, and it feels real. Hunt-A-Killer is perfect to play solo. I'm not
okay.
gonna. I'm not gonna play
friends.
I'm not playing Hunt-A-Killer by myself.
No,
But
I'm
Well,
you can
you
if you're into
can,
that.
yeah,
That's a
why
beautiful
not?
thing.
Yeah,
but
that's
a
your
date
thing.
night, that sounds super fun, and
Yeah.
a game night with a friend, maybe a double date night. Maybe call it a game night, but really it's like a triple date night.
What about a double date game night?
A double
I
date
love
game
that.
night.
What about
everybody.
a double game date night?
Hunt-A-Killers for you. You can even join their online community, working with other people who are at the same point in the story as
Oh,
you.
that's even
Really?
cooler.
Wow, cool.
Really?
Very cool. Over 60,000 people have joined the Hunt-A-Killers joined Hunt-A-Killers online community, and they have over 1,000 5-star customer reviews. Guys, here's the deal. Right now, just for our listeners, you can get to huntakiller.com/valley for 10% off your first
That
box.
sounds so cool.
They only
What a
accept
deal.
200 members per day, so hurry to take advantage of this offer. That's huntakiller.com/valley for 10% off your first box. Huntakiller.com/valley. They sent us one. I can't wait to do it, and I'm going to do it all the time.
That
and I'm
sounds-
so,
That
super
sounds
excited.
super
Sounds
cool.
like a super blast.
I also feel like I'd be like, this is so speaking like in such a weird cocky way, but every single time I watch any true crime, anything, I'm always like, I'd be a great detective.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I
Oh shit!
always
Well, then you
in
got to
my
do
mind.
this.
No,
I was
I'd be a
great.
great evil person on camera. Like, I'd be like,
Yeah.
Have you played an evil
Right.
person?
No, because I look so young still.
Yeah.
Like, because I would normally be like, personality-wise, like the Warden Norton in Shawshank Redemption. Or
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cuckoo's Nest. These institutional evil characters.
Yeah.
I lean into that as my personality in acting, but I still look like
Oh,
a kid.
dude, yeah. So you're gonna reach a point in your career where you're gonna be killing.
Yeah,
that
like
market.
when I'm 60, I'll just totally have
Yeah,
that.
holy
Yeah, man.
shit, dude! You're gonna be so set.
I get the same note as looking too young, hence this excuse for facial hair. But it's
So do I.
mostly
So do
because
I.
of the youngness, and it's a pain in the butt.
Lee also does.
But-
did you hear?
I also
I'm sorry.
get it.
Wait,
I
what,
also
Lee?
get that
Lee
I'm
is also told that
I'm
she's too young.
It seems like you're mumbling. Is it?
Wonderful read, Elliot, and I love the
know.
idea of that game, and I would like to play with my loved
It reminds
ones.
me of this Choose Your Own Adventure book.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like, remember, like Encyclopedia. Well, that wasn't Choose Your
Yeah,
Own Adventure, but,
Encyclopedia
like,
Brown.
But like where you solving the mystery.
I loved
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It also kind of
So
sounds like
cool.
those like murder mystery nights you have
Yes.
with your pals. That's always a
There's
good
been a
time.
murder.
In fact, if I were doing their ads, I would buy Google traffic against people who are searching for Encyclopedia Brown.
Yes.
There you go. There's some free
Whoa.
SEO advice, ad
like
targeting
that.
There you
advice.
go.
Listen, if you're working for that company and you're listening, it's yours.
Yours, baby.
All right, Lee, what's your
Oh, I
topic,
love it.
baby
Okay,
girl?
I am coming with a topic that I'm going to get a lot of flack for, I think.
We're gonna
and
get
that's okay.
controversial.
You
We're
won't
gonna
hear
get
a
super
word out of me.
Controversial. Yeah, right. Okay, it's good.
It's banned.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, my topic of controversiality is I recently purchased a fake Christmas tree.
Ooh.
I'm out of here. This is over.
All right, I knew it.
This
I
podcast
knew
is
it.
over.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Why do I even try? I bought a fake Christmas tree, and it got delivered to
classless.
It is classless.
It's also
And I also,
classist.
I'm gonna be honest. I
No,
felt-
I've had my parent. We always had fake trees.
feel bad about it. Like there's some
Why?
weird thing in because of the Christmas tree, the experience of going and
Yeah,
getting a
but
Christmas
you're
tree.
No,
you-
silly.
just listen. You're gonna have the dead body of a happily living pine in
know.
your home.
Yeah.
I know.
With fucking decorated it with you're basically decorating its corpse
I
and
am.
lights and
I'm-
You said it's
tinsel.
pre-lit. It does white
Yeah,
lights
the
and
lights are
multicolored
built- the
lights.
lights are
Come on.
built
Oh,
Come
but
on.
that's half the experience
Yeah.
of assembling an artificial
Yeah, but
tree.
you could
gotta
put the
street light.
tinsel on, and you could put on the ornaments and shit. You don't have to
Look,
worry about the
I know
lights,
that
baby.
I'm not
Don't worry
gonna
about the
regret
lights,
it
baby.
later. But I know right now I do feel a little bit bad about it. But my topic
You
was
need to free yourself from this.
thank you so much. Thank
Do
you
not continue to
so
allow
much.
yourself to buy into the narrative that you need to bring in a
Wow.
real tree.
Well,
Yeah.
I recently threw out an artificial Christmas tree.
Whoa.
That feels good too, right?
Why is that? It was just too old.
I actually bought it for a music video and used it once as a prop and never reassembled it.
Oh wow!
So it was done.
So you just
You
left
could've put
it?
that on
Yeah,
Craigslist
no,
or
just
something.
that-
You
nah.
left it assembled, or you took it down and then just
I
left it in the box?
put it upside down, and this is terrible. I put it in my garbage bin, and it
Attaboy.
was sticking out.
Yeah.
It was like clearly like didn't even fit in
Just
there.
like this is how I feel about it.
Yeah,
And
no,
it was
that's
like,
fine.
And it was in like July too. So it was like-
So you just drove everyone insane. They're like,
Someone-
"Who's this crazy
Yeah.
person?"
It's like-
I had a fake Christmas tree, a really big, nice fake Christmas tree. That one time during my divorce, my ex was like, "Do you want the Christmas tree?" And I was like, "For sure, I love that Christmas tree. Thanks, I appreciate it." I took it, and then Christmas time rolled around, and I remember being like, "Time to put up the Christmas tree." And like I walked into the closet and I saw it sitting there, and I was like, "Oh man, I have to throw this Christmas tree away
Yeah, you
right
can't.
now."
You can't hold
Yeah.
another
No.
woman
It
in
took-
front of that tree.
Well, not even holding another. Which is, I'm not. I immediately when I saw it, I was just like, "Oh."
That's a lot of work.
It was like not even work. Just I felt bad. It was like, oh, this is someone else's tree.
Yeah,
now.
that was
Yeah.
that was not,
not-
that. The
It's not-
second
you're a
you
different
split
person.
up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
that
my
was
God,
no
wait.
longer
Just
your
a-
tree.
a relic
Elliot,
of-
I am ready, and we need to do this immediately. We are writing a Hallmark Christmas movie
Oh
called
man,
The
who
Christmas
gets the Christmas tree? No,
Are
it's
you
called Who
kidding?
Gets the Christmas
No,
Tree
it's
This
called
Christmas.
The Christmas tree, because they always do some
Okay,
weird
yeah,
like,
yeah, the
oh,
Christmas
what's that
tree.
about? It's the Christmas tree, and it's literally just that's
Oh my
it.
God, that's so
Starring
good,
Dean
Lee.
Cain.
Oh
Can
my
we
God,
write it for
Lee,
Dean
Okay,
Cain?
okay, it writes
It's
itself
starring-
because it's all about how the tree brings them back together.
Yes,
That's so
absolutely.
good.
Or
That's so good.
And hear me out.
you writing
Maybe
it
are
down?
you writing this down, Kate?
Are you writing it down,
Writing it
Kate?
down.
Kate, are you
Down.
writing this down?
Female
Kate,
podcast
write
producer?
it down. Kate,
Okay, look, hold on. She's
Kate,
trying-
are you writing
she's
this
trying to make
down?
tapping noises with her thing.
Yeah, she's making keyboards.
Kate,
sounds in the background. That's
are
funny.
you writing this down?
I'm just saying, it's really Dean Cain can absolutely be in it. Or hear me out.
Dean Cain
yeah,
and the
Shannon
mom.
Doherty. Shannon Doherty.
No, it's
Come
gonna
on,
be-
she
Dean-
needs another chance.
It's Jesse's wife in Full House.
Yes. Yeah, Lori.
Right,
Oh, yeah. All
Yeah.
right. No, we need like let's get like
Wait, who's
Courtney Cox
I
or
got
something.
It. It's Haley Duff. We got to go
no,
younger.
Ooh, Haley
I
Duff
mean,
is in
all
it, yeah.
right.
It's
fine.
Haley Duff,
Yeah.
and then it's like someone even
Okay,
younger.
well,
What
Courtney
movie are you writing?
Okay, so
What channel are
okay,
you writing this
Courtney
movie?
Cox is the mom then.
No,
Why
what
do you
have
want
you ever
Courtney
seen
Cox?
a Hallmark Christmas
Yes,
movie?
I'm telling you, we need some.
It's not a Halloween movie.
Listen, I'm telling you, we need an old like a mom. Like moms now grew up watching that person in the TV shows and stuff, and now they're
Oh,
seeing
I
the
see what
woman
you're
play
saying.
the mom in this Hallmark movie.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm
Whoever
saying?
plays it, it doesn't matter. It's going to be such a moving and riveting
Yes.
and tearful movie, but also
I'm just trying to cast
lighthearted.
it. I'm just
I
trying to
got
have
it.
fun and cast it
I
with you
got
guys.
Mm-hmm.
And hear me out. It's Reba McEntire.
There it is.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Now we're on the
Oh,
same
Reba,
page.
of course.
Reba
There you
McEntire
go.
is the mom.
And I'm going to move away from Dean Cain just because of the age. I'm moving towards Nick Lachey. How do you
Dylan
feel about that?
McDermott.
Ooh, great
Okay,
choice.
but
Yeah.
Dylan
Shame on-
McDermott is the dad. Or what about
Dylan McDermott and Reba
Dylan
McEntire together.
McDermott's
Oh, good
doing. We can't
point.
get Dylan
Yeah.
McDermott. He's doing
No.
American Horror Story.
He's doing
stuff,
American
so.
Horror Story. He's real.
Okay. What about Mandy Patinkin?
He's doing real stuff too. He's in Homeland.
Oh shit.
How are you not realizing these things?
Okay.
You need a B
Jerry
list
Stiller?
celebrity. No, he's
Oh,
He's
man.
okay too.
he's okay. No, you got
he-
a B
he's
list
still alive?
celebrity.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought he passed away.
Okay, B list. Okay, what about what about the guy on Parks and Rec? The guy that was like the guy everyone made fun of?
Yes, Jerry. on
Yeah,
that.
Jerry.
Yes, that's
Jerry. That's
perfect.
yep.
Perfection.
Oh
Him
my
and
God!
Reba McEntire.
Him and Reba McEntire.
And then the
this
kids-
is
That's really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
This is great.
Yeah.
And then the
Kate, are you
kids-
writing this down?
No. You know what I don't understand? I don't understand white and silver Christmas trees.
Oh, yeah.
This is
All
a
right.
good
Well,
point.
listen to me.
Well, no.
No,
Listen to me,
this is
Tay.
not wrong at all. This is so true.
I'm
I
from
mean, it's
Florida.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, not a silver one.
Well, no, I understand green because that kind of looks like
Yes.
a tree that actually grows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you can buy them in different
Well, the
colors.
white one is because
no,
it's like snow covered.
it's snow.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
covered in
not
snow.
that much
But it's
snow.
not that much snow. But that's
not
so
like-
much.
How do you know that
like,
there's
like
snow?
a green frosted tree.
I want
would be
a
like
I want a
the snow.
drowned tree.
Yes.
That
It makes perfect sense. I'm pretty sure that was a
Well, yeah,
Florida
this is-
invention,
okay, but-
and we nailed it. It's
Yeah.
the silver and silver is like the Miami.
No.
Like,
This is-
it's-
The silver tree is the most tacky shit.
It's
on
elegant.
the
It's
planet.
beautiful, and I
Zero
love.
elegance.
No, I
Zero
hate
elegance.
There's,
It's
there's
simple.
No excuse. There is no excuse.
You guys
for
are
silver
wrong.
Christmas
It is
tree.
my favorite type of tree,
No,
especially
no,
when
no,
it has
no,
the
no.
big bulbous bulbs and not the little mini
gonna
ones
tell you-
wrapping around and
No, no, no,
popcorn.
no,
My mother
And
and,
fake
father,
snow.
who love each other so much and have been married like 75 million years, there was one Christmas when my dad got a silver tree, and she's like, "I have no idea what this is about."
Oh, I wouldn't. That'd be a
upset.
problem.
If
Well,
you have a
literally-
problem with me, we should
It
talk
was-
about
honestly,
it.
We came in and we all were like, "Silver tree!" Like all of us came home and we're like, "Silver tree," and she's like, "I can't."
If
I don't even
walked
know
in-
you.
Cannot
If
talk.
I walked into my parents' house and saw a silver tree, it would be so much worse than the worst political discussion
Yes.
that
Oh
we
my
could have.
God.
I would be
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
I would actually be. I'm staying at a hotel. I don't think I would.
What if the
1
Queer
year
Eye
ago.
guys went and found a silver tree in someone's house?
Oh
I
my-
feel like
oh
they'd
my
have
God.
a field day with it.
Well, once you
I
put,
want that.
once you put on a silver, like you'd have to put green tinsel on a silver tree.
Oh,
Yeah.
Something. It's just
Jesus
hideous,
Christ! You
though.
might as
I
well
think-
put like fucking the football team helmet as the
Okay,
star.
okay. I will say there's something kind of nice. I know as the standalone tree for sure, a silver tree is an absolutely out of your mind thing to do. But
Absolutely.
when you're driving through a neighborhood and there's one of those little mini fake trees and it's
Oh,
silver and it's got
I
lights,
know.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, but
See?
It's like Rudolph the tree.
Yes.
Mhm.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's out on the street where it belongs for once. So what is your topic? You
Well, my
just wanna
topic
say-
was that wasn't the controversial topic,
Right,
but
right,
my
right,
topic was
Oh,
is
I
that
thought-
it should have been right. I
Yeah,
can
because
totally
you
get
I mean,
into
we
that.
did it. We did.
But the other thing was that I keep getting guff about starting Christmas early, and there's like the scientific. There was this like article that I read about how they did a study on people that decorate Christmas early are happier.
Right.
They were like,
Okay.
yeah, that's what it
Oh.
is. Like it was an actual thing that people were like, oh, they're happier. But I keep.
Oh,
getting
I know
guff.
what your fucking story is gonna be. Can I pause it to give
I
everyone
don't need
one
to even
last.
go into
No, I just
it.
want to give a pause so we can do one last read and then you can finish it because we're
Yeah.
already at the end anyway.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me do this quick read really quick,
You
and then
got it.
we'll find out exactly what Lee's talking about. And I have a
sorry.
feeling.
Stay tuned. We're gonna get into this.
I have a feeling this topic is going to get quite heated.
I'm sorry.
All right, here we go. Any second now. This one. There it is, guys. Let's talk about Muggsy jeans.
Ooh, I'm ready.
Muggsy jeans are the most comfortable men's jeans ever made, and that's no exaggeration.
Ooh.
These jeans are literally as comfortable as sweatpants.
They're really comfortable.
Elliot,
Go on.
you've tried a pair of these Muggsy jeans.
Oh, they're unbelievably comfortable.
I got a pair of the Muggsy jeans. I'll tell you what, I slipped into it, and I felt like I put on a cowboy boot I broke in 10 years ago.
Wow.
Wow.
This is a boot I had when I was a kid, and it fits so well, it was like it was made for me.
That's amazing.
Founder Leo started Muggsy because he was tired of being uncomfortable in his jeans. You know what we're talking about here. Everyone can relate to this.
Everyone.
He spent 5 years working with industry experts to totally redesign the perfect jeans for the regular guy. And Muggsy owes their ridiculous comfort to their high-tech fabrics, which include materials like synthetic silk and a bunch of other technical stuff we won't waste your time talking about. All you need to know is that Muggsy's are so soft,
So soft.
breathable, and ridiculously flexible.
Ridiculously flexible.
You won't be able to wear any other jeans again. You can literally sleep in these jeans. They even make sitting at a desk all day feel like a dream. They are that comfortable. Now, for those of you who think that this sounds too good to be true, hey, no worries. The guys at Muggsy are so confident you're going to love your jeans, ya Muggsies. They have totally free, no-hassle returns.
Ooh, that's nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you have nothing to lose by giving Muggsy jeans a try. That's right, nothing. And Muggsy just launched their fall line with 5 new awesome styles, including safe-for-work chinos. Ooh. Hey, and with fall in full effect, ain't no better time to get your own pair.
I love it.
So do your legs a favor, guys. Head to MuggsyJeans.com. That's MUGSY jeans.com to get a pair of the most comfortable men's jeans in the world. Use that code VALLEY for 10 bone off. That's $10 off, guys. And don't forget, MuggsyJeans.com for a pair of your new favorite jeans using that code VALLEY.
They're real cute, too. Like, as a female spectator of the jeans. Super cute.
Let's get into this.
Okay. I apologize. All right. Look, I get guff a lot because I will decorate for Christmas as soon as November hits. And okay. Look, I understand. I understand that it's not a popular opinion.
Take off your shoes. We're going to be here for a while,
But here's
kids.
the thing. This is my opinion, and I stand by it.
I'm closing the laptop.
Christmas is November 1st.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your goddamn mind.
Let her speak,
21st.
Steve.
Thank you very much, Elliot. Christmas, November 1st through 21st. Guess what? Thanksgiving, November 22nd. November 23rd through December 25th. Christmas again.
Absolutely out of your mind.
No.
You're
and I
cuckoo
know that
bananas.
everyone's like Thanksgiving, blah, blah, blah. But look, I think Christmas is one of the happiest times of the year.
Yeah,
it
no
brings me
shit.
so much joy that
No
I
fucking
want,
shit.
Let her
I
speak, let her
want
speak. It's
more
not
time
easy,
with
guys.
it. And
We have
also,
a
if you've
guest.
seen my house at all, you know that I have at least 4 closets in it, and 3 of them are full of Christmas
Objection.
things.
Not
No,
many people have
hearsay.
seen your
It's more of
fucking
a
house.
hoarding problem than anything.
Yeah,
And
that-
really,
no,
who's seen your house? Like
Not
fucking
a-
23 people total?
It's a Christmas
2
wonderland.
out of right here.
Lee lives in
I
a
live in a
Christmas
Christmas wonderland during Christmas
Yeah,
time.
I get it, man. Christmas is beautiful. It's wonderful. God bless you. I love it.
So let's dive into the reason for the earliness, Lee. You start, let's say it's November 1st, November
Okay.
2nd. You're
Yes.
itching.
I'm itching. I'm already itching.
Why early? Do you feel fatigued? Does it make it seem less valuable by the time the holiday
Not
finally
at
rolls in?
all. I get to enjoy. I think it's because it brings me so much enjoyment because I love decorating it and because it's. I mean, I'm positive that I have memory issues because that's how I live my life. But I will literally unpack it and be like, oh my god, this.
Well, there's
And I'll,
also
get
7,000
excited.
things.
Yes, there
items
are
of decoration,
7,000
but yeah.
items of decoration. So I'll get so excited that I'll literally forget that I had something and be like, the little reindeer.
It's like
now."
I-
You
That's
say-
adorable.
You say you enjoy it, but it's your neighbors and the people who pass by your house who
Yes.
experience it.
They do
So
get
it's
to
like, so
see a
do you
lot of it,
enjoy
too.
You're
them-
forcing
the
people.
idea of them enjoying it?
Interesting question.
Actually, I do enjoy the idea of people enjoying it. I
What about
really-
people
Without
that don't
would
enjoy
it
it?
still make you happy?
Yes, it would 100% because I'd come home to it. Like even this morning, I was like making my coffee and my Christmas display because I've already done the kitchen. My Christmas display was already out, and I was just like, "Ee," the whole time.
I think it's inappropriate, and I think we're setting a precedent.
Inappropriate.
I think it's inappropriate.
That's a bold
Yeah.
statement.
a bold
I'm sorry, I
statement.
said it, and I stand by what I said. And I think it's one of those things that, like, I mean, tradition's tradition, and I understand that. And if your family were ass backwards and started to celebrate Christmas on November 1st, then, really there's nothing I can say about that. That's a tradition your family plans to erroneously carry through a new generation of Newtons and so forth.
Thank you.
As far as I'm
you so
concerned, it's just greedy.
Uh,
It's like my birthday is on June 9th. Mark your calendars. And I'm not going to take the whole month to celebrate it.
Why not?
That's your birthday, though.
Because what? Am I going to say it's my birth month?
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not doing that. That's
I'm
not.
100%
Yes, it's greedy.
But look, it's Christmas.
It's absolutely greedy.
Okay, hear me out. 'Tis the season.
I mean,
Well,
to
well, no,
compare
here's the thing,
birthdays.
like,
and
no,
Christmas-
no,
Right now is not the season.
At that point, at what point do you just not take the decorations down and like leave
Yeah,
them
exactly.
turned
Why don't
off
you just
10
fucking leave
months
them
out of the
around?
year?
My
Year round.
My
I've asked.
guess, if I may, I pop in
Yeah,
here? Lee?
please do.
Because obviously I'm on Lee's the side here.
Yes, thank you very
You
much.
guys are
Elliot.
animals.
Thank you.
I myself don't do it, but I
Uncultured.
support it.
Jesus Christ. You're destroying your culture.
No.
What little culture you have.
Christmas is my culture.
You're destroying it.
Christmas is
You're,
my culture.
you're bastardizing it.
I think that it is about a balance between, and every person's balance is different. Most people, they enjoy the 11 months of no Christmas decorations, but I think it's required, even for people who obsess over Christmas, to have the season without Christmas because, of course, they wouldn't be as special after a while. That's my.
Sure.
Is that sum it up, or are you going to say that because you like all that?
I really. That's
I like the lights.
No, I like the lights. Well, it really does. This is the saddest thing, but it really is like the amount of joy that it truly does bring me. Like it's unreal, and
You're
it's
gonna ruin
also
the lives of children that you raise this way.
But
and you're
here's
gonna
the thing.
perpetuate.
No,
What-
because my
what-
mother
what?
was an early decorator.
You're gonna
My
per-
mother was an early decorator.
So it's a
and-
family tradition.
So it is a
It's a family tradition
You're
to do
passing-
things wrong in your home.
But it also, again, if I can, in my own life, the only life that I will ever have, the only existence that I'll ever have in my existence, if I can ensure for 2 months out of those 12 months, I'm happy, I'm doing it. I don't care what you say, turkey boy.
We're hinting at some
I'm
deeper
doing it.
psychological things here. But
I mean, if that's where you want to go with it, yeah.
you
sure.
seem to be having an emotional response, Steve, to the idea of someone else decorating their home.
I just think that
Are you
I just
so
think
pro
I just think
Thanksgiving?
it's this type of thinking that creates misinformation
May I ask a
Wait,
question?
misinformation about.
about when a certain holiday should begin, when a season should begin.
Right.
We have fall. Fall is a season.
Okay. So
It comes just before winter.
Yeah, sure.
okay, but you walk into Walmart, and as soon as October hits, like it's a Christmas.
Walmart
section. They
is-
don't even do Halloween
Are you
anymore.
upset
It's
with
like-
Walmart is a corporate entity that benefits directly from the marketing of Christmas.
So they're in
Newton,
cahoots. Is what you're
LLC.
saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's a disgusting cycle.
To be fair, I did walk into a store the other day with Christmas, and I was like, "Oh my god!" about something, and Dylan's like, "They got you.
They got you.
Yeah, they got you."
They
Yeah.
got you hook, line, and sinker,
Yeah.
and the Coca-Cola company's got you with that Santa Claus, baby, and those polar bears. Ooh, you're gonna buy your daughter a squishy
wasn't
polar bear.
Wasn't it the weird thing is that like no one had seen Santa in red and white? Like that was only established by Coca-Cola.
Yeah, they made the
They made that.
image,
Listen,
the bearded
right?
I'm
image,
not
yeah.
here to rain on joy. I just feel like I think perpetuating that November 1st
was the 4th, but sure.
November 4th can bring Christmas decorations. I feel like is one pathway of misdirection as far as respecting and maintaining a seasonal
What say you, Tay?
Well, no, you know what I do to solve this problem, or my perfect solution is you can buy LED Wi-Fi lights now that have all the different colors.
You can
and
switch
just
them
put
to
them on
fall
the
colors.
outside of
Got
your
it.
house.
Yeah.
And so just switch them to Easter when it's Easter. Switch
This
them
is
to
good.
like
This
Okay,
is smart.
well,
the
Very-
4th of
very
July when
pragmatic.
it's so there
very
you go.
pragmatic.
You never have to go through the experience of
That is a very and again, what a wonderful external solution. Now, what about the inside of your home?
It's going to be full of
It's going to be full of fucking snowmen and nutcrackers
Can
and
I
shit.
can I throw in something real fast?
Yes.
And then after I have to make a phone call. So sorry to jump out of the podcast. Very rude. Very.
Well, no, I think we're at the end of
We
it
are.
It's
anyway.
interesting that you're taking a problem because your personal style of decor in your home is a rather eccentric style. You're surrounded
Yes.
by a lot
Oh,
of
you
very,
sound like you've been to Steve's house.
a couple times.
And in
Uh-oh.
fact,
I
in
have- I
fact,
And
haven't
you
been
leave
there.
that year round, and could that not? How does your
well,
argument
someone
with her?
did tell me that like they were like your Halloween, your stuff you have in your house, like you don't even need to
Oh.
decorate for Halloween.
Love y'all.
Actually going? Yeah, you are.
Really have to. Sorry.
Like,
It's not a big deal. Everything's good.
are you gonna come back or are you just gone?
It's my dad's birthday, and I gotta call my dad.
Oh, it's his dad's birthday. He's gonna call his dad.
dad.
Okay.
9:00 there. So
Yeah.
no.
Okay. All right.
This is a real bit that
Um,
we're doing now. Is
someone's-
that we just
someone-
someone leaves at the end of it.
Someone said to me the other day that my house is so chock full of like weird
Yeah.
things that I don't even have to decorate much for a Halloween party.
You're just
That's
like
true,
your own
though.
holiday, your own personal.
Yeah, but it's like I'm not accepting it as like a Halloween decor. I'm not saying it's a Halloween decor.
It's
I'm
just
just saying
the
these are
Steve
things.
decor. It's
Yeah,
like
these
the-
are
it's the-
things.
It's the
So
Steve
then, you know
Sabbath.
what? I'm
You're
gonna
Exactly,
move forward,
exactly.
and I will be the Christmas lady.
So you're gonna be the Christmas lady.
Yep.
So when are you gonna purchase your 3 cats and that will
I have
multiply
dogs.
into
It's
14?
dogs. I need one more, and then I'll have 3, and I'll be
Alright.
good. And I'm living my best
And
life.
your sweater that has an acorn sewn into it. Is that gonna come
Sewn
soon? Or is
into
that-
Can someone find me a sweater with an acorn sewn into it, please? I will gladly wear it.
All right.
Well, I'm just gonna say, so I'm gonna leave it up into the
You
comments.
can have whatever you want with your
I'm-
shit. I'm not really upset
I
about
know
this.
you're not, but also I do know that plenty of people feel the way that you do about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm
So
making I'm making a
letting
mockery of it.
You're hyperbolizing.
I'm hyperbolizing it.
I'm gonna let it into the comment section and let them know, duke it out, and say, what do you think? When does Christmas season start?
You know what I will do year round? I will sing Christmas carols.
Thank
year
you.
round.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can't
people
wait.
get annoyed by it.
Yeah, like
but I
Mar-
do.
love
March,
it.
I'll just be silent night.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
Those
I
are good
love
songs.
that. Those
Yeah.
are great songs.
The
They're perfect for you.
little drummer boy.
Oh, there you go.
And also, which is that? Do you hear what
No, that's Do You Hear What I Hear.
Yeah.
Come on. There's so
Does
many
he?
good songs.
He's come back. He's back. now.
If you
All
start
right.
spreading joy sooner than later, it's even better. My dad hasn't finished his filet mignon. I am to call him in half an hour.
Oh, there you go.
Well, let
love
the
it.
He
man
said he
enjoy
loves me.
his meat. Well, guys, we've reached the end of our
Yes.
current episode of the podcast, and I would just like to thank Tay Zonday for being a
Tay.
Oh,
guest.
well,
so
thank you so much for
much.
having me.
Tay, this has been a delight, man.
Yeah, it
Thank
really
you
has.
so much.
Where
Oh,
can they
thank you.
find you? Where can everyone find you?
I do my own podcast. It's called Chocolate Pains.
I love it.
Then I'm on a lot of other platforms. I Twitch, occasionally upload to YouTube, etc. Just Google Tay Zonday,
There you
and
go.
you'll find something.
And also, folks, do that. I remember one time, Tay, we were on a panel together, and I remember the way you answered the questions being one of the most, like, I'm getting emotional. I went upstairs. It was so elegant and then, like, actually profound. Like, at VidCon, Tay.
Yeah.
At
What were
VidCon,
you
the
doing
way
being
you
profound
answered
at
questions,
VidCon?
it was so just like you would say something and I would be like, well, yeah, that sums it up perfectly. And it was about all this stuff. So it's very nice to have you on the podcast.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
being
much.
here.
Wonderful.
And also, you made that video fantastic. So
can't wait for you
go
guys to see
go
it.
check him out, everybody. He's wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, did we say that we had him in for that? Where's
Yeah.
that video?
You said we
Yeah.
filmed something.
Yeah, it's gonna be so great. But yeah, thank you for coming. Can we guest on your podcast?
Sure.
Is that how many
Why?
people have you had on? Is it like
72.
are you prepared for more than 2?
We usually do one at a time, but
There you go.
we could accommodate more.
Well,
Interesting.
we'll
All
take
right,
up
well-
a month of your programming, and it'll be
Yeah, we'll
perfect.
just shoot 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Love
after
it.
the other. But
Great.
yeah, thank you for coming, dude. It was really awesome having you. And yeah, anything you want to say? We got our New York show in December
Yeah.
16th.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, December 16th at 7 o'clock at the Bell House in Brooklyn. You can get tickets at
Can't
Ticketfly,
wait.
and there's a link in this description as well as our Instagrams at the Valley Folk.
Yeah, and once again, thanks to our patrons who are listening to this and seeing this. podcast earlier than anybody else. And if you want in on those special treats and other goodies, you can go to patreon.com/thevalleyfolk.
Oh, and we're doing our first test episode of Uncanny Valley tomorrow.
That's right.
And that's going to be our
our
VIP and up people.
Patreon
with
exclusive
our puppets.
show.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Cool. Yeah, fun.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Tay. You're the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And take care, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.
Merry Christmas.